Scaffolding and procedure. Safety interview. Questions and answers. Question: what is scaffolding? Scaffolding in safety refers to the temporary structures used in construction, maintenance, and repair work to provide a stable platform for workers and materials. Ensuring the safety of scaffolding is critical to prevent accidents, injuries, and fatalities. Question: what are the scaffolding safety requirements? 1. Proper design and load capacity. Should be designed by a qualified person and must support at least 4 times the intended load. 2. Inspection and maintenance. Scaffolds should be inspected daily before use, and after any modifications, adverse weather conditions, or extended periods of non-use. 3. Guardrails and fall protection. Guardrails, tow boards, and personal fall arrest systems, harnesses, are required when working above certain heights. 4. Stable foundation. Scaffolding must be set on solid ground, with base plates and mudsills if necessary. 5. Proper access. Ladders, stair towers, or built-in scaffold stairs should be used for safe access. 6. Secure assembly and dismantling. Only trained personnel should erect, modify, or dismantle scaffolding. Question: what are the common scaffolding hazards? 1. Falls from height, due to lack of guardrails, improper use of harnesses, or unstable platforms. 2. Scaffold collapse, caused by overloading, weak structures, or poor assembly. 3. Falling objects, tools or materials dropping from scaffolding can injure workers below. 4. Electrocution, if scaffolding is too close to power lines. 5. Slips and trips, due to wet, icy, or cluttered scaffold surfaces. Question: what is the scaffolding safety best practices? Always wear appropriate PPE, helmets, harnesses, gloves, non-slip boots. Never exceed the scaffold's weight capacity. Ensure proper training for all scaffold users. Keep tools and materials secure to prevent falling hazards. Follow local regulations, for example, OSHA, HSE, or other safety standards. Question: what are the scaffolding types and their applications? 1. Supported scaffolds. Frame scaffolding, commonly used in construction and maintenance. Tube and coupler scaffolding, highly adaptable for complex structures. System scaffolding, modular, used in large projects with repetitive framework needs. 2. Suspended scaffolds. Swing stage scaffold, often used for window cleaning and exterior building maintenance. Multilevel suspended scaffold, designed for larger facades. 3. Mobile scaffolds, rolling scaffolds, equipped with wheels for easy movement, used in indoor maintenance and finishing works. 4. Cantilever scaffold, extends outward from a structure where ground support is unavailable, common in bridge work and high-rise construction. Question: what is the design and construction? 1. Compliance with standards. Scaffolding must be designed and constructed in accordance with local regulations and standards, for example, OSHA in the US, WorkSafe in Australia, or EN standards in Europe. 2. Qualified personnel. Only trained and competent personnel should design, erect, alter, or dismantle scaffolding. 3. Load capacity. Scaffolding must be designed to support its own weight plus 4 times the maximum intended load. Question: what is the inspection and maintenance? 1. Pre-use inspection. Scaffolding should be inspected by a competent person before each work shift, and after any event that could affect its structural integrity. 2. Regular maintenance. Damaged or worn components must be repaired or replaced immediately. 3. Tagging system. Use a tagging system, for example, green for safe, yellow for caution, red for unsafe, to indicate the status of the scaffolding. Question: what are the scaffolding hazards and risk prevention? 1. Falls from height. Hazards: lack of guardrails, harnesses, or proper footing. Slippery or unstable platforms. Prevention: always use guardrails, toe boards, and personal fall arrest systems. Ensure proper training on working at heights. Keep platforms clear of debris and moisture. 2. Scaffold collapse. Hazards: overloading beyond weight limits, weak or unstable foundation, poor assembly or missing parts. Prevention: ensure scaffolds are properly designed and built. Use base plates, mudsills, or stabilizers on soft ground. Conduct routine inspections for stability. 3. Falling objects, hazards, tools or materials dropping from height. Workers below being struck. Prevention: use toe boards and tool lanyards. Keep tools and materials secured and organized. Restrict access below active scaffolding. 4. Electrocution. Hazards: scaffolding too close to power lines or live wires. Prevention: maintain minimum clearance of 10 feet from power lines. Use insulated scaffolding when necessary. Conduct an electrical hazard assessment before erection. 5. Slips, trips, and falls. Hazards: wet, icy, or cluttered scaffold surfaces. Uneven planks or unsecured decking. Prevention: keep scaffold platforms clean and dry. Ensure proper plank spacing and securing. Wear non-slip boots. Question: what is the scaffold inspection and maintenance? 1. Pre-use inspection checklist. Are all planks, frames, and braces in good condition? Are guardrails, mid-rails, and toe boards installed? Is the scaffold level and stable? Are base plates and mudsills properly positioned? Are access points, ladders, stairs, safe and secure? 2. Routine inspection, weekly, and after weather events. Check for bent, broken, or rusted components. Ensure no missing braces or connections. Confirm that fall protection measures are in place. 3. Maintenance best practices. Store scaffolding components in a dry, covered area. Repair or replace damaged parts immediately. Keep detailed records of inspections and repairs. Question: what is the scaffolding best practices for workers? 1. Training. Workers must be trained in scaffold safety, assembly, and hazard recognition. 2. Weight limits. Never exceed the scaffold's maximum load capacity. 3. Weather precautions. Avoid scaffolding work in high winds, rain, or icy conditions. 4. Secure climbing. Always use designated access points, ladders, stairs. Never climb cross braces. 5. Tool management. Use tool belts, pouches, or tethering systems to prevent falling objects. Question: What are the legal responsibilities and competency requirements? Employers must ensure workers are properly trained and scaffolds are compliant with regulations. Only competent persons should inspect, erect, and dismantle scaffolds. Non-compliance can lead to fines, legal action, or shutdowns by regulatory bodies. Stability and foundation. 1. Solid foundation. Ensure scaffolding is erected on a stable, level surface capable of supporting the load. 2. Base plates and mud sills. Use base plates and mud sills to distribute the load and prevent sinking or shifting. 3. Bracing and ties. Properly brace scaffolding and tie it to the structure to prevent swaying or collapse. Training and competency. 1. Worker training. All workers using scaffolding must be trained on its safe use, including recognizing hazards and proper handling of materials. 2. Competent person. A designated competent person must oversee scaffolding operations and ensure compliance with safety standards. Environmental considerations. 1. Weather conditions. Avoid using scaffolding during high winds, storms, or other adverse weather conditions. 2. Debris and obstructions. Keep scaffolding clear of debris, tools, and materials to prevent tripping hazards or falling objects. Question: what are the common mistakes to avoid? 1. Overloading. Exceeding the scaffold's load capacity is a leading cause of collapse. 2. Improper assembly. Skipping components like braces or ties can compromise stability. 3. Neglecting inspections. Failing to inspect scaffolding regularly increases the risk of accidents. 4. Ignoring weather conditions. Using scaffolding in high winds, rain, or snow can lead to instability and falls. Question: what are the load management? 1. Dynamic and static loads. Account for both. Static loads, for example, workers, tools, and materials, and dynamic loads, for example, wind, moving equipment, or impact forces. 2. Even distribution. Ensure loads are evenly distributed across the scaffolding platform to avoid overloading specific sections. 3. Material storage. Store materials close to the scaffold's center line and avoid overloading platforms with excessive weight. Question: what are the fall prevention systems? 1. Guardrail height. Top rails should be 38 to 45 inches above the platform, and mid-rails should be installed halfway between the top rail and the platform. 2. Toe boards. Install toe boards at least 3.5 inches high to prevent tools or materials from falling. 3. Safety nets. Use safety nets below scaffolding to catch falling objects or workers in case of a fall. 4. Ladder safety. Ensure ladders are securely attached and extend at least 3 feet above the landing surface for safe access. 5. Personal fall arrest systems. PFAS use harnesses, lanyards, and anchor points when working on scaffolding at heights where guardrails are not feasible. 6. Safe access. Provide safe access to scaffolding using ladders, stair towers, or ramps. Scaffolding stability. 1. Anchoring. Anchor scaffolding to the building or structure at regular intervals, for example, every 20 to 30 feet horizontally, and every 26 feet vertically. 2. Outriggers. Use outriggers or counterweights to stabilize scaffolding, especially for taller structures. 3. Wind bracing. Install diagonal bracing to prevent swaying or collapse in windy conditions. Training and communication. 1. Toolbox talks. Conduct regular safety meetings to discuss scaffolding hazards, safe work practices, and emergency procedures. 2. Signage. Use clear signage to indicate load limits, access points, and hazard zones. 3. Language barriers. Ensure all workers, including those who may not speak the primary language, understand safety instructions through visual aids or multilingual training. Question: what are the emergency procedures? 1. Rescue equipment. Keep rescue equipment, for example, harnesses, lanyards, and lifting devices, readily available. 2. Emergency contacts. Ensure workers know how to contact emergency services and provide clear directions to the work site. 3. First aid training. Train workers in basic first aid and CPR to respond to injuries quickly. 4. Fall protection response. If a worker falls using a harness, a rescue plan should be in place. 5. Scaffold failure protocol. Evacuate the area immediately, secure the site, and report the failure for inspection. 6. Fire or electrical incidents. Workers should be trained in fire safety and electrical hazard response,